Good morning, I am John Batista, and today I will demonstrate the initial installation of our FARMNAVIGATOR G12 Plus pilot system on this specific Pilota tractor. Now, we are going to proceed to take the measurement of the distance between the axles, starting from the front axle to the center of the rear axle. Next, we will measure the height of the antenna from the ground, specifically the distance between the floor and the antenna base. We will use a tape measure, climb up the ladder, and record the measurement underneath the antenna. Next, we will measure the distance from the center of the antenna to the center of the rear axle. In order to do this, we will use a reference point to determine the antenna's position relative to the rear axle. Now, let's measure the distance between the rear axle and the three-point hitch, and the distance between the rear axle and the tractor's tow hook. Let's start configuring our system in the G12. Now, we will proceed to configure our vehicle. In the database menu, tap Vehicles, create a new vehicle, and give it a name. And now, we can enter the measurements. Then we'll tap OK and activate it. Let's set up the NTRIP access for our RTK antenna. First line, we are going to input our reference server for the service and the port we are going to use. Here, we will enter our username. Here, we will enter the password and finally, we search for the list of available mount points. And we will select the one we need. Finally, we will tap Connect. We will now proceed to configure the terrain compensation. Switch it on. We can now start the calibration. Tractor with engine running, stationary on a level surface. We have to turn the tractor 180 degrees. Once this is done, we set the level 02. Now, we are going to activate the auto steer via the button. We have to accept the terms of use. Now we can configure the auto steering setting, and then we will perform the needed calibrations. The first calibration is the deadband calibration. Tractor with engine running, stationary. Let's tap Start. We can now proceed with the steering wheel calibration. This calibration is done while moving. The speed must be between 4 and 8 km per hour and the ground must be flat. Start moving and then tap Start. Now we need to perform a calibration for the minimum turning radius. This must be done while the tractor is moving at a speed between 4 and 8 km per hour. We must be on a flat surface and we need to turn the wheels all the way to the right and drive in a small circle. Tap Start and drive. Then we will do the same thing in the opposite direction. After completing all the calibrations, we now are ready to head to the field. We can start a new job. Let's create a new field. Tap New Field and insert a name. Now let's select a vehicle. The one we have just created will already be pre-selected. Let's now create a new implement for the job. We need to select the working width of our implement. Then we need to select the mounting type for our implement and the distance, and then we are ready. Let's start working. Thank you for watching us. The Farm Navigator technical support team is always available. Find all contact details in the description.